02 June morning. Um, okay, so yesterday, last thing I did, okay, so we were supposed to go to the river, but we got home and man, Aiden sat down and he was like, Dad, I don't want to go to the river, I just want to relax. So he just laid there and relaxed for about 20 minutes. That was extremely hard on me yesterday. I don't know why that took so much out of me. Physically, I was just completely exhausted. And like I said, that was the hardest fucking time I've ever mowed the yard that I can remember. Um, so that's still very strange to me. Uh, Doing okay physically still, though my head just feels so fucking weird. I mean, I just don't even know how to explain it. Um, okay, so let's see. The cptsd that I'm dealing with, I gotta start breaking down on that because these things, I don't know what it is, but so they say that, when you have a concussion and you go through this shit, if like the fight or flight things, if like the emotional part of it's really bad, it's because you have PTSD. You have trauma from childhood, usually trauma from somewhere, but usually childhood. And the worse it is, the worse your trauma is. That's what I've heard. There's so many different things, but just going off what I believe I'm going through and how I feel, because it's like everything that I believe and that I find out for myself, confirmations of coming up from outside sources that say I'm right. Now I know if you believe something and you're looking for something to prove it's true, of course you're going to find it something to prove it's true. I understand all that. I'm not coming from that. I am coming from just feeling and understanding and knowing that I know my experience. Nobody else can tell me what the fuck I'm experiencing. So I know what the fuck I'm going through. Um so going off of that, I got to get a handle on this CPTSD thing. So, I think about it every day, obviously. I mean, this shit is no joke, guys. I was severely abused. The physical abuse was not the biggest thing, obviously, as a male, as a man being abused by a woman physically. It wasn't, for me, that was not a big thing. It did not, it pissed me off, but it didn't, that I don't think is a stick with me. I think what I believe, in fact, I know what's sticking with me is the emotional and spiritual abuse. Um, because my stepdad left it like I was like 11 years old. Well, when he left, my mom said that she was now married to God. God was her husband. He was my father. So anything she said, we were stuck on a fucking mountain. I was the oldest male in the house. I was 11 years old. We had no outside connections to anything other than what our mom allowed us, which is very, 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 very fucking minimal. I mean, I can't even explain how minimal to people wouldn't ever understand. Um, but so I spent years being manipulated, completely fucking manipulated by somebody. Um, and I was like a ragdoll. I was just a tool for them to use to get what they want, to get what they needed done. I was in charge of chores. I did all the stuff a man would do. I didn't get any of the benefits. And like I said, if anything went wrong, it got blamed on me. If there was ever an inquiry into something, that was might have been messed up, and it was asked of me, if I did it, I didn't do it, and I said no, I would be called a liar, and I would be punished until I admitted to God, my father, that and his physical wife, my mother, that I was wrong, and apologize and repent of my sins. That way I could get back into heaven and my mom's good graces. It was seriously fucked up, man. It was seriously fucked up, and I know for a fact this is what's fucking me up. I mean, that's some serious fucking abuse, man. You don't do that to anybody. More or less your fucking kid. Yeah, so that bitch fucking controlled and manipulated the fuck out of me. Think about it. At 12 years old, I'm running away to my stepdad's with my little brother to get the fuck away from the abuse. At 16, I finally made it the fuck out. At 14, I tried running away. I mean, come on, guys. This was bad. This was really bad. I've never admitted how bad this was because I've always gotten past it. I've always been past it. Guys, my whole life, I got past it. I said, I'm done, that was my past life. I'm moving on. Well, I moved on, but my subconscious obviously did not. My subconscious, and I guess this stuff gets stored real deep in your physical body. When I was mowing the yard yesterday with Aiden, he was exhausted. I mean, he was like, what the fuck? So we were done, and I said, Aiden, I usually mow this all by myself, and I don't take this long of breaks. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, how the fuck do you do that? And I think it's because I've been punishing myself. This pain feels good because I'm actually working this shit out of these fucking emotional issues out of my system, but I'm not even getting down to them. And I think it's because there's something else. There's something I'm missing. I know because I know I can remember like it was almost yesterday. Extremely scary. Extremely not being in a not good situation for years and years and years in that home. Secluded with my mom as the only authority figure. Yes, not good. Not good at all. Very bad. Very bad. And that is what it is. And that needs to be fucking called out, because that shit, to get swept under the rug and act like it's nothing. And I'll tell you, this is how I know. Because I've raised 3 kids. And all my mom said my whole life was, I can't wait till you have kids that are exactly like you and they drive you fucking crazy. Well, guess what, Mom? Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking curses, you stupid fucking bitch. Yeah, fuck you and your fucking curses. And if that bitch has any other fucking curses on me, she better fucking lift them. Because that's what it feels like. It almost feels like you're cursed. It feels like a curse because no matter what you do, you're spinning your wheels. And you're spinning your wheels, and you're spinning your wheels, and you're spinning your wheels, and you're probably doing it to yourself, and you can't even see because because you're abused so bad as a young child. What you do is you split your psyche, you hide that shit. Now it's in your subconscious, and everything, and the way you live your life is subconsciously in these programs that you built for yourself. So before I can look at anything else, I have to look fully at this situation of when I was a child in order to fix it, before I can go anywhere else and consider anything else. Before I can go to any other anything else in my life that I can look at, the only thing that it points to is right back to 11 years old, right back to a child. And being handed so much responsibility and being beaten, being chastised constantly when not following to the strictest. I'm talking the strictest. Look, man, you want to know how fucking strict and crazy this bullshit was? I got raised by a crazy fucking bitch. If you know a crazy Karen ass bitch in your life, imagine getting raised by one solely out in the middle of fucking butt fuck nowhere, country ass nowhere, up on a mountain where you can go nowhere for help from the ages of 11 to 16. Imagine that fucking shit, cocksuckers. Yeah, imagine that fucking shit. So, this bitch has been hiding. She's been hiding and hiding for years from me for this shit. And like I said, I've tried approaching her, but most likely I've tried approaching her nicely, calmly, or I try approaching her, you know, and every time she just turns around on me and says, "Oh, I'm going to pray for you." You know what I mean? So that's why I had to drop that conversation. I had to drop it all with her because it was always me. So, I may never get relief from her out of this, which is fine. If she wants to be a selfish cunt fucking bitch, which she's proved herself to be, that's fine. Mom, be a selfish fucking cunt bitch like you've always been to me and do that shit. Don't apologize. Don't make this right. Okay? I challenge you to not make this right, Mom. Mom, who's home praying for my salvation right fucking now. Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. Yeah, your games and all your silly little bullshit and your woe is me and all that fuck shit. Look, if you got fucking trauma and that's why you did it to me, then you need to come out and say it. If you're just a selfish fucking cunt bitch and you did it for your own fucking pleasure, then you need to come out and say it. So hopefully my kids don't have to deal with any of this shit. You got to recognize, guys, trauma is trauma. And if you pick up trauma as a child, you put it inside of you where nobody can see and you store it. And then you grow up and you think, oh, it's behind me. But you forgot that you store it. You didn't put it behind you. You stored it deep down inside of you. So then when you're older and crazy things happen to you, this shit comes out to the surface. And all the crazy shit I've been in my life, I hid this shit so fucking deep. So fucking deep. I mean, I've been in more fight and flight things in my life than I can even fucking anybody would ever believe. And it actually took severe head trauma for this shit to even come out to the surface. So, guys, if you have trauma from a child, you better fucking address this shit. And if you have children, you better fucking recognize if you're passing that trauma down and do everything you can to make sure. And what I notice is with these fucking self-righteous fucking religious bitches that raise people, I'll tell you what, you better be careful with is being self-righteous yourself and thinking that you're okay no matter how hard or harsh you are with your kids and be like, well, somebody's got to raise them. Somebody's got to be the fucking da-da-da. Better be real fucking careful doing that shit. Real careful. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Make sure it's coming from your heart and not from some goddamn book that some motherfucker wrote and not from some fucking upbringing, some fucked up upbringing that you had. But yeah, man, I'm gonna, this is really gonna come out. I'm gonna get deep on this because I'm gonna get healed in this way. Because if I ever have another fucking major concussion, brain injury again, I don't want to have to go through this goddamn fucking mental, emotional, spiritual. Well, my spirit's good. Like I said, that bitch couldn't touch my fucking spirit. I tucked my spirit away real fucking hard. Bitch can't touch my goddamn spirit. My spirit's still going, bitch. What? So I'm doing a lot better. Last night so I dropped Aiden off. I dropped Aiden off last night. He wanted to go to his granddad's up there because his cousin was there and he wanted to hang out. So me and him, we made a pact. Next weekend, is my weekend to get him. I'm probably going to pick him up Thursday night and I will keep him all weekend and he'll stay the weekend with me. So, that's going to give me one more week to get better, to heal. Plus, I think I'm doing 10 times better. I think I've done a ton of fucking healing. It's just I'm still coming off that burnout and then the past couple days. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do yet today. I might just stay here today and relax, maybe try journaling, maybe get down and get some of this fucking programming out of me that was fucking put in as a young child. But yeah, I recognize, man, that, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me. From the eight, I was abused before that. Like I said, my mom was a fucking crazy fucking bitch, selfish fucking bitch. Like most of these bitches are selfish. That's why they have so many problems, because they're so goddamn selfish. I am. Oh, and guys, I mean, it gets nitty gritty. Like, details of how badly I was abused, and the abuse, the type of abuse, the kind of abuse that just never stopped. Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys want some goodies? I'm gonna be fucking making a video. Something's coming out of this. A book, a video, something big's coming out of this, because uh a movie. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Something's coming out of this. Because for this, something like that to fuck me up this bad is fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'm a fucking go-getter, guys. I'm a fucking no-holds-barred motherfucking go. And now I'm stuck. Again. Because of my child, because of abuse that was put on me as a child. So something's going to come out of this, and this shit will get fucking squashed on my end. I already know. I mean, I already know. My son Brandon, my oldest, shit, I know he's got, I didn't raise him right. I know he's got issues. And, hopefully if I have anything to do with it, he'll come to me and we'll be able to take care of anything. You know what I mean? Both him and my daughter. But Aiden, my youngest, not so much. Yes, there are things there that he needs to address. Most likely. Definitely, 100%. I know, but thank God. My kids, compared to my upbringing, they probably dealt with about 99%, 99.5% less. 99.9% less abuse than I did. So, they definitely don't have as much to work through, thank God. We'll get that, whenever they're ready, man. I'm more than open. I take any blame for anything they want to put on me, in order to get through what they need to get through. I take the blame for any the tiniest little smidge part I might play in anything. Is completely 100% on me. But yeah, on my end, I had to recognize it. The thing is, guys, I didn't recognize it. I've always known there was abuse. I've always known it, right? And I always said it. Yeah, I was abused as a child. There was major abuse. But it was behind me. I'd never thought. But the thing is that this shit gets stored. It gets stacked. It hides in like your little muscle fibers. It hides in your body in these little areas. So, and it hides in there for your whole life. And it only comes out whenever you have major trauma, like this head injury thing and stuff like that. But it also comes out, it's part of your programming. So if you're a cocksucker, when you're older, if you do things that don't make fucking sense, it could be all come back to there. It's a fucking mess. That's why I call it complex PTSD, because it's a goddamn mess.